HGR on a Thursday night. Coming to you live from Daytona yet again for the running of the HGR Racing Series Gen 4. Very unique race tonight. Quentin Stanbach in the Skull Bandit. Right now, Stanbach leads practice with White in second, John Darnell third, Michael Wingo fourth. Shout out to our sponsors tonight. Fanatic Clean, green for the clean. Of course, the bonus on the line tonight, yet to be accomplished. Gotta go caution free throughout the whole race to have a chance at a $100 bonus. And JW Paints Graphics for the best paints on our racing. Contact James Waring at JW Paints Graphics. Right now, Mark Vondale is the pre-spin bonus for tonight's race. So right now, while we wait, I just want to get a word with Vondale before we go. Let's see who to interview first. Let's get Jeff Merck up here in the booth. Jeff Merck, Garrett Jenkins up here in the booth. Got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I got a copy. What's up, Garrett?
Oh, not a whole lot. After a thrilling run last night in the MMS Little Dog Big Dog Series, you come into the night in HGR. Can you repeat tonight, or do you feel like you got some stiff competition?
Yeah, all we can do is roll the dice and see what happens. You never know what's going to happen from one race to the next. One day you're the bug, next day you're the windshield. You just never know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I ain't never heard it like that before, but buddy, I do want to ask, what is one unique perspective about these Gen 4 cars that you feel like gives the 60 an advantage if there is one? And then what do you also see as a disadvantage?
Yeah, these cars, you just got to be real careful how you push in them. Super speedway racing, you're more at the mercy of the people around you than you are at your own mercy. I mean, if you're like super skilled, you can control your own destiny a little bit, but really it's about who's around you, who's willing to push you, and who's willing to not push you. It just depends on how it all plays out.
All right, buddy. Well, I'll let you get ready for qualifying here. Best of luck to you.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yes, sir. So for Jeff Merck, trying to go 2 in a row, the winner of the Little Dog Big Dog Series last night in a very eventful race. Looking to try to go 2 in a row and get the HGR Racing Series win tonight. So practice concluded, qualifying up next. So right now, Jeff Merrick already on the track rolling in the dark side, number 60. And now right in front of him, Danny Barnes rolling out. So it'll be Barnes, Merrick, Stanbach, Corbett, Tim White, Michael Wingo, and John Darnell to start off qualifying. Alright, now as Barnes starts setting the pace here, we'll see what him and Merrick are like down the back straightaway in the speed trap. Well, Barnes going to let it eat off the corner, going to slowly migrate back down to the bottom lane. So Barnes a 26.3, Merrick to a 26.2. So right now, well, the others are about to post theirs as well. But right now, Jeff Merrick on track to be the pole sitter with just over 3 minutes to go. Barnes will post the first lap. Merrick immediately behind him. At the line, Barnes with a 52.50. Jeff Merrick with a 4:39. Merrick to the top of the board. Small field tonight on hand. Right now, Gordon Spain coming across the line to end his lap. Spain, 52.512, good enough for fifth. Michael Wingo's lap's already been ran, just clocking in extra time with 2 minutes remaining. McCullough, Thompson, Vondale, Masowitz, and Ward have yet to qualify. Well, Michael Wingo in the infield practicing his donuts for when he does win. Gonna go ahead and practice burning it down. Well, 1 minute go, does not appear anybody else will qualify. Jeff Merck on pole right now. Corbett second, Stanbach third. Danny Barnes, Gordon Spain, John Darnell, Tim White, and Michael Wingo to top 8. "13 drivers in a classic HGR shootout for tonight. Of course, the full practice results. See, a lot of them not really running. Wingo only posted a lap, but that is the roster for tonight. Of course, we'll go through the grid after the fact. And with that being said, qualifying completed. Jeff Merck on pole. up? And so we're going to roll through the starting grid for tonight's running of the HGR Racing Series. Jeff Merck just mentioned it. On pole, Sean Corbett second, Stenbach third, Danny Barnes fourth, Gordon Spain, John Darnell, Tim White, and Michael Wingo round out the 8 drivers who posted a lap. Masowitz, Thompson, Ward, and McCullough will round out the fast 12. And then Mark Vondale, the pre-spin bonus, courtesy of JW Paints Graphics, will be starting 13th for tonight's race. Who can get word Vondale? Mark Vondale, Garrett Jenkins up here in broadcast booth, buddy. Got a copy?
Hey Garrett, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Well, as of tonight, you're the JW Paints Graphics pre-spin bonus winner of an extra $20 if you can win tonight. Does that add a little bit of pressure to the 59, or is it going to be business as usual, try to cash no matter how much you get?
Actually, to me, it's just cash and that's it. I run on the back and I'll try to get up front later on, and hopefully we'll be there at the end.
Well, buddy, what is the strategy for running these races? Again, short field on deck, so possibility of a green flag pit start to get strung up. But what's the strategy in really trying to get the best that these cars can give? Like getting the best out of, pretty much getting the best out of the cars. What's the strategy behind it? Is it just riding, utilizing the run, or is it a little bit of everything?
I just ride, and I see whichever lane it seems to be moving, and I try to get in that lane. And yeah, and it does. You do have some good runs in this car, so that's what I like about them.
All right, buddy. Well, best of luck to you tonight. Well, hopefully we'll talk to you in the winner's circle.
Thanks, Garrett.
Yep. Alright. So Merck trying to take the dark side paint job to victory lane for the second night in a row. Corbett's been so close, but no cigar. Finished third last night. Quentin Stanbach, Danny Barnes, Gordon Spain, all for Barnes trying to go back to victory lane. For Spain and Stanbach, try to get their first trip to victory lane. Well, 13 laps, traditional shootout type of deal. Might get a green flag pit stop in, of course. The Fanatic Clean green for clean bonus on the line. Extra $100 to the post-race spinner if we go green to the end. Merrick and Corbett bring them down to 9 rows restart zone. We're rolling. Now back straight away, Merritt leads. Here comes a push from Corbett from Danny Barnes. John Darnell, Michael Wingo, Aubrey Thompson, and Kenneth McCullough in that outside lane. Corbett out ahead for the most part, not able to get clear as they work off the turn 4 banking. From the drone cam, Corbett leading through the tri-oval, not quite clear still, but at the line. Sean Corbett was it Jeff Merritt will lead at the first lap. Sean Corbett got him barely as they enter the turn 1 banking now. These cars are already at their full speed. Takes about a lap to get to full speed, but now over 190 mile an hour down the back straightaway. Merrick up to the top side of the racetrack. Levin Stenbach and Gordon Spain to make the bottom work. Here comes the run from the 22. Merrick all the way up to the top side of the racetrack. Unsure if that was a strategy call, what the deal was for Merrick. See Danny Barnes jump out of line now. I think MMS trying to get formed up. Well, the other thing with these cars, since the last they were updated, they will overheat within a lap to 2 laps of straight drafting and pushing. They will start to overheat. So a lot of drivers you'll see duck out of line, just try to cool that motor down. As Quentin Stanbach leads off for turn 2 and down the back straightaway with Gordon Spain, Tim White, Michael Wingo, and Joey Massowitz the top 5. Right now is going to be trying to make it to the green flag pit stops. That's what it's going to be like right now. If you can make it to the green flag pit stops, you'll be in great shape for the finish here. Right now, Stanbach still leads. Right on board with a couple of drivers. Actually, I want to see how much savings becoming a factor as you ride on board with Danny Barnes. We'll look at the dashboard as Murray jumps out of line, probably trying to cool that car off a little bit. Right now, Barnes full speed. But don't really sound like he's saving a whole lot. Well, here comes Barnes and Merck on the outside lane. Here comes the 60 right now. Up next, Joey Master with Michael Wingo straddling the yellow line. Look at the run that the 60 and the 77 are getting down the back straightaway. Well, Jeff Merck from the back to the front, literally. What a run. They still got it. The key to side drafting is that right there. They side draft their way up to the front, utilize the run that they had, and now it's an MMS 1-2. Kind of triggered a little bit of racing down the back straightaway. You see Stanbach still on that outside lane, trying to use the draft from Barnes and Merck to try to get back to the bottom. Not going to happen. I have a lie. Stanbach might be hung out to dry if the 77 and 60 drop down to the bottom. Nope, he's going to be clear. Right now, 36 to go at the 36 to go, be 35 at the line. Small field like this, folks, this is pretty much just waiting. Trying to save fuel, trying to be conservative. And take it from experience, getting on and off pit road. Very, very important not just avoiding penalties like my idiot self got speeding on pit road in the first race this past weekend, but also not losing the draft and trying to stay with the group that you're pitting with. You'll see it a lot. Drivers will get hung out. They can have a flawless pit stop and get on and off pit road, but it's all about who you enter with and how far ahead they are. So you can see that a lot tonight as well. Right now, single file action continues. Right on board with Joey Maslowitz. Of course, you look at the Raging Idiot Racing Network logo from the Michael Wingo. What a handsome Raging Idiot. Of course, and right now you're pretty much just seeing the effects of what a small field with a fuel run is like. Just drive and save. You ain't gonna see a lot of action right now. Some drivers high and out in the back. They ain't really made a lot of ground so far tonight. Ken McCullough, Aubrey Thompson, John Ward, Corbett start on the outside pole. Now the 45 will drop all the way to the back as Mark Von Dale has lost the draft. So already the pre-spin winner, courtesy of JW Paints Graphics, already out of the draft. As Michael Wingo challenging for the lead. Orange Spain would jump up right behind Wingo, but right now MMS still hunting strong on the bottom with Merck and Barnes, followed by Standby, Tim White, and Joey Maslowitz. And for the first time tonight, Michael Wingo will lead. Back to the single file action at hand. Wingo, Spain, Merck, Barnes, and Standby at the top five. So seeing a little bit of drivers sacrificing a little bit of track position. Or not sacrificing track position for save, but sacrificing maybe a little bit of extra fuel to get track position. Right now, Standby stuck on the outside lane. No help. And right now, Quentin looks to be dropping back. Of course, Quentin went in looking at his first HGR win. As Merrick now back to the point. Already we're establishing the contenders already. Drivers trying to set themselves apart. Right now, Standby got the help they needed, back up to the front and almost a whole second lead over Wingo and the rest of the field. And now we're starting to get a little bit racy in the back with 29 to go. Here comes White and McCullough. Was already shook up. Already showed the top five a little bit now. White's in the mix, McCullough's in the mix. Ward's trying to make something happen with Corbett, Masowitz, and Aubrey Thompson. But now, 2x2 action. Now we're getting a little bit racy, but it's also a calling card. I feel like the green flag pit stops. Drivers trying to get track position now. They saved what fuel they've had. They saved what they can save, and now is getting on and off pit road with as much track position as you can gain. Because the more you have, the less you'll be losing. For say. Maybe I should put that in a better term. The less you'll be sacrificing as long as nothing does not happen. That's if you can get on and off pit road safely. As right now, Kenny McCullough to the lead with John Ward. McCullough and Ward up 11 and 9 spots respectively with 26 laps to go. Right now, White, Thompson, Darnell, Gordon Spain still trying to make that outside lane work. Right now, McCullough continuing to lead. White now trying to make a charge on the outside. Got a little bit more help. And Stan Buck and Danny Barnes. Corbett Bell to the bottom, so did Thompson. But now McCullough still leading. 25 to go. The possibility this might be a one-stop race. Just by what I'm gathering, what I'm seeing. Of course, while we run, driver still in. Remember, the Fanatic Clean Green for Clean bonus still on the line. And right now, we're on pace to see if we can get that accomplished tonight. But still a long way to go. 23 laps to be exact. Right now, McCullough, Ward, Darnell, White, and Thompson in top 5 as they run. Got Spang, Stanbach, Corbett, Barnes, Masterwitz. That's the top 10. So right now, pretty much just waiting. We look at the stint length. They've all ran 19 laps, going to be 20 at the line. So somewhere, I'm guessing between 20 to 25, we'll see these cars come into pit road. Right now the action kind of simmering down a little bit, right back to, I mean, we still got 2x2 action, but now drivers just trying to ride. Well, they got racing. For some, they got the track position they wanted. If you're White and Stanbach and Barnes and Wingo, you're trying to maybe either regain some of that track position or try to get back in line and start the bleeding with 21 to go. Well, still, your biggest movers in the race so far tonight are actually your top 3. Kevin McCullough, Tim White. It was Ward, but now here they come. Thompson in the grass. Oh, Spain about gets turned. Little sketchy, but we keep it straight. Von Dale's already pitting and rolling away. Well, right now, as we keep an eye on them, we'll check back in with this second pack. Here comes McCullough, Stanbach, Barnes, Merck, and White. Hang on to her, Danny. Well, Danny Barnes almost. Oh, several black flags on pit road. Stanbach, Barnes. And then from the previous stop, Gordon Spain, John Darnell, Michael Wingo, Aubrey Thompson. All black flags speeding. And this will change everything. It'll change a lot of stuff. It's really going to change the whole complexion of this race. It's what I talked about top of the show. Getting on and off pit road is about the best thing that you can do. This will guarantee your shot if we go green. The pit sequence will guarantee you with a possibility of winning this race tonight. For several drivers, that's already done and gone. Well, McCullough will hang on to the lead. Tim White right behind him. You got to go all the way back, find Jeff Merck. We're 12 seconds back. Make it 5. Masterwitz and Corbett. right now that gap to Merck from Masterwitz and Corbett shrinking rapidly. Well, good. Well, the thing is, Merck's by himself, but if Corbett and Merck, not Corbett and Merck, but if Masterwitz and Corbett can get to the back of Jeff Merck's bumper, they can very easily run down McCullough and White and make this a 5-car race, because right now, the next biggest pack, there's Ward in Spain with Mark Vondell. Quentin Stanbach desperately trying to hold on to the draft of Vondell. Danny Barnes behind them, and then you got Thompson and Wingo and John Darnell. Well, the Black Flags have thrown a wrench into all of this, but exactly what we mentioned a second ago. Mert, Masterwitz, and Corbett all lined up. Right now they are running down the top 5, 15 to go. Well, just when you thought these little green flag runs was going to be a little bit of a snooze fest, leave it. Just leave it to these 3. At least 5 drivers will be running. Well, here it comes. Right now you see at the bottom of the screen, Merck faster than Tim White by 1.298 seconds. All right, here comes the run. Thing about it is, how is McCullough and White going to prepare for it, and what's Merck going to do? Is he going to ride? He's choosing to ride right now. Well, unless there's a caution. These are going to be your 5 drivers in contention for the win with 15 laps to go. Right now this plays perfectly into McCullough and White, Merritt, Masterwitz, and Corbett's hands. So this is what it does. It plays perfectly in. Right now, John Ward, Gordon Spain, Mark Vondell, 34 seconds back, and with 5 cars separated, it's going to be an extremely tall order for these 3 to have a shot of gaining time, especially with 13 laps to go, because even further back, there's a little 4-car train back here. Well, Thompson jumped out of line, immediately going to drop back down, probably going to disrupt a little bit of this flow. This is actually 10th through 13th. Oh no, 9th through 13th. I'm sorry. 9th through 12th. There we go. Finally getting it out. The bad thing is Thompson now in massive separation at standby. Massive rough for Thompson, but right now it does no good. Pretty much the payouts don't matter if you're back here in the back. Right now, this is where they matter. Well, Danny Barnes has gone one lap down. Right now there's a whole nother question involved in this. How does Danny Barnes play a role in this? Will he help his MMS teammates of McCullough and Merck get the win tonight? Does he help White or Masowitz or Corbett? One of the great unknowns. Right now, 10 more laps around. Kenneth McCullough has led 16 laps tonight. Next closest one will be his teammate in third, Jeff Merck, at 9. Right now. Nine to go. Well, we got a quick chance with nothing really happening. Trying to shout out our sponsors for tonight's race one more time. Fanatic Clean, green for the clean. Of course, the bonus still on the line if they can hang on for another 9 more laps without a caution. Then an extra $100 is up on the line for the post spin, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, JW Paints Graphics, proud sponsor of the pre-spin bonus. Thank you to both of them for being a sponsor for this series. And with 8 to go, time is starting to run out. But drivers also thinking, what can I do to make this happen? Well, 8 to go. Well, you see a White laying off McCullough a little bit. Is it the quarter 10, or is White trying to see how much of a run he's going to need? 7 to go. This is going to be good. 5 drivers. 5 drivers and 1 driver 1 lap down, but his teammates up here in the top 5. Again, what will Danny Barnes do? Well, of course, we'll do our last through the field real quick. The gap slowly shrunk to 32 seconds now. So the gap is slowly shrinking, but Ward, Spain, Vondale quickly running out of time. Personally, I don't see them getting back up there to the front. The same can be said for Wingo, Stenbach, Thompson, and Darnell, 9th through 12th. Right now, this will be in a few laps, just whatever position you can get, whatever best finish you can get out of this. But meanwhile, this will be for the win. And right now, well, really, the only question I got, when is it too soon? Is it too soon to really make the move now? Or are they going to wait till the last lap? Where I wish I had a driver in here to really analyze and tell me how they would set up the move, give great insight as you're right on board with Sean Corbett. Oh, Corbett off the wall. Corbett off the wall. They made the move. Well, White and Barnes will be linked up now. But now Tim White's got to hurry up and get back in line and into the draft of Sean Corbett before he loses the draft and it becomes a 4-car race for the win. With 3 to go, and I think exactly the worst case scenario for Tim White has happened. Bleeding time rapidly. And now there was 4. With 3 laps to go, going to be 2 at the line. Right now, get up off your seats because these 4 drivers are about to put on a show for the making. A new question rise. Does Merck push McCullough to his 4th win of the week in HGR? Or does Merck try to go 2 in a row? And how does Masowitz and Corbett prepare for this? We're down back straightaway. Masowitz looking, going to duck back in line, trying to size it up for the last lap. That's what he's trying to do. All right, all bets are off. 1 lap to go from Talladega. And right now it's McCullough's race to lose. And down back straightaway, Masowitz not yet getting the run. Down the back straightaway, Merck ducks. Well, thought about ducking out, staying right behind. Here comes Masowitz. Merck trying to create some separation, 3 wide. Masowitz to the top side with Sean Corbett. McCullough and Merck on the bottom. Well, this is Dega Pro and MMS. And another battle and another chapter between these 2 teams. Joey Masowitz, Kenna McCullough at the line. Masowitz ahead. Joey Maxwell's back to victory lane at Talladega. Corbett second, McCullough third, Merck fourth, Tim White the top five. Man, oh man. Well, Joey Masowitz back to victory lane. Well, let's get him in here. Joey, Garrett Jenkins up here in booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good, buddy. I got to ask, how long were you waiting for that move? It seemed like for the last 8 laps or so, several drivers within that top 5 was trying to size up the run they get. At what point did you realize it's going to have to be on the last lap?
I knew it was going to have to be on the last lap as soon as I realized the vast majority of my pit group decided to get a speeding penalty on pit entry. And when it was just the 2 of us that escaped, backed up to Corbett, hooked up with him, hope we didn't lose the other group too much, and a bunch of them also messed it up. So that kind of worked out. We picked up Merck, tagged along with the front 5. We were all on the money, which made it pretty cozy, and then it was just a matter of time, waiting for the opportunity to be as ripe as possible, and that's when we took it, and it worked out pretty much exactly as planned.
Well, but I alluded to earlier, of course, ran with y'all over the weekend, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. I could not stress enough how important pit road is. But tell me, there's other aspects to getting on and off pit road besides getting a penalty and having a clean pit stop. How important is it to really be right up behind somebody or be as close to the group as what a lot of drivers are normally? Because if you're the odd man out and you're a second behind, you're kind of stuck.
Yeah, it's important to get in as a group, so if all y'all make an evenly clean stop, everybody ideally leaves at the same time and you end up just as tight as when you came in. We didn't get that, so I exited the pits and ended up just over a second ahead of Corbett. So I saw that and started lifting a little bit through the apron 1 and 2 just to make sure that as soon as possible, without losing too much speed, he'd be close enough to draft me. We could get hooked up and we could get some steam rolling in this duo of cars by the time the next group came in. So that definitely helped a little bit. More cars would have been better, but we worked with what we got. Merck being the trailing one off of their group definitely helped us bridge the gap, because if it was the 3 of them tight, we might not have had what we needed to close that gap.
Well, buddy, I do want to ask you 2 more questions. You know one, but I will ask you this. When you went to lap Danny Barnes, were you kind of expecting Barnes to maybe try to play a role for MMS to try to help keep Merck and McCullough up in the front spot? Like, was that always in the back of your mind?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where Tim was going to go, and I wasn't sure where Danny was going to go 100%, because I play pretty well with all of them up there. But we saw an opportunity when Kenny and Merck went around went around Tim, and however it ended up working out, I guess Danny wasn't ready to pick him up, but we were able to drop the two of them, and that made the two, Kenny and Merck fighting each other, and then me and Corbett working together, and it just made it extremely easy to pull off exactly what we planned at the end.
My buddy, the last question coming up. You know which one it is. Is there anybody want to thank Night Friends, family sponsors? ETC, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Raging Idiot Racing Network for putting on this race. I'm sure it was something to watch. Everybody loves a fuel mileage race.
Yeah.
Jimmy Crow for organizing this group. James Waring for running the tonight and yesterday. Ancient World Gaming for supporting me in everything I do. Glitch Energy, fantastic energy beverage. Bruzy Racewear, race gloves. Next Level Racing, sim racing rigs, and I know I'm forgetting one. Sword Dog Apparel. Sword Dog Apparel. Get you some Ancient World Gaming merch. We got coupons for all those on my Twitter account.
What are them? Shirts, pants, like what?
Shirts, hats, hoodies, whatever you're looking for. They've got it all. Sword Dog Apparel.
Send me the
with
link.
2 G's.
Yeah, send me the link.
Can do.
I'll look at it after this race is over.
Yeah, we'll get you some racing, Raging Idiot Racing Network merch.
I'll take it. But for Joey, I know I'm going to mispronounce this, but Masowitz,
Joey Masavage.
Masavage. I just don't see how the savage part is in there. But I was never I never was a great speller or nothing like that. But for Joey Masavage, but the winner tonight for the 4th or 5th time in HGR. Congratulations, buddy. Hopefully we'll see you repeat.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Man, I suck at names. Well, the other top 3 not in the chat right now. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and go to the results tonight. Possibly get out of here a little bit early. Unknown yet, mainly because I got the practice sheet up, not the race results. There we go. That's much better. So Joey Masavage, your winner tonight, Sean Corbett, Ken McCullough, Jeff Merrick, and Tim White, the top 5. Gordon Spain, John Ward, Mark Vondale, who will not be getting the bonus for tonight. Michael Wingo, Aubrey Thompson, Quentin Stanbach, John Darnell, and Danny Barnes, the top 13. For the first time tonight, we have actually got the Fanatic Clean bonus tonight. It's going to be interesting to see who wins that. And for everybody that tuned in tonight, I appreciate it. Everybody watching, taking time to watch another HGR shootout. At the end of it, Joey Masavage is your winner. He'll look to try to double down tomorrow night, try to win in what I believe is another 94-lap race. We'll have to see. But until then, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you next time. Have a good night.